Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome, my hadith disciples, YouTubers, and viewers upon the Sunnah Athar to another exclusive episode of F.M.F, 5 minutes of Faidah. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. On the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, the Messenger of Allah alayhi salatu wa salam said, Man qama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbihi, aw kama qala alayhi salatu wa salam. In Sahihain, Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Hurairah narrated, whoever stands Ramadan will be forgiven of all of his sins as long as he has iman and ihtisab. Man qama Ramadana, he who stands in Ramadan, yani salla tarawih, salla al-qiyam, al-tahajjud, al-witr, al-muhimma, qama, he stood, she stood, he stood, they stood in prayer in Ramadan. غفر له غفر لها غفر للعبد المسلم غفر للقائم. He who's standing will be forgiven of his smaller sins or minor sins. And obviously nothing is small or minor when it comes to disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you get what I'm trying to say. Alright? But this promise of sins being forgiven, all of your sins, all of your minor sins being wiped away, has two conditions. Condition number one, imanan, is that a person must have the necessary faith. And condition number two, wahtisaban, a person must have the necessary hope and expectation. As far as imanan, the faith, then it is sincerity, al-ikhlas, and that Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who made this sunnah act. He sent down this sunnah act. He mandated this act of ibadah to make additional rak'at. You stand in the late wee hours of the night in the month of Ramadan. You're not coming to the masjid. You're not going to pray to be seen by people or heard by people or recognized by people or acknowledged by people. Nor are you going to pray because you're afraid of what people are going to think and say about you by not praying. So it can go both ways. Wahtisaban, and that you're looking forward to the reward. A person may come to the masjid, he prays not for people, but he just, I'm just there. Or it's Ramadan, or I have nothing else better to do. But a person has to be spiritually hungry. He has to be spiritually greedy, expecting and demanding, begging, imploring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that tremendous virtue, for that tremendous bounty. Alright? So these are the two conditions for all of your sins, meaning according to most of the scholars of Islam, your minor sins being forgiven. Most of the ulama say is that major sins can only be removed, can only be forgiven, can only be effaced through tawbah. And of course, as we have explained before, some scholars hold the view is that there are certain times, places, and instances in which even a major sin can be wiped away without tawbah through a tremendous act of khair. Alright, what's important is right now, most of the scholars say is that it has to be tawbah, and that what's meant by dhanbihi, yani min dhunubihi, as-sighar, the minor sins. Alright, tayyib. With those two conditions, iman, faith, sincerity, purity, being real with Allah, being transparent with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wahtisaban, and that you want the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're spiritually hungry and greedy. You demand that Allah Azza wa Jalla will forgive you and bless you and give you that reward. Now, there are many issues that pertain to this hadith. First and foremost is, what's meant by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, Man qama Ramadana, he who stands in Ramadan, the entire month or parts of the month? When you pray with the imam or if you pray by yourself, what do you do if you don't know the Quran? I'm reading from my phone or a mushaf. The imam is going to make 20 rak'at, but a person says, I only believe in 8, I only believe in 11, 20 is bid'ah, you can't make 40. Do you leave your imam? What if the imam makes a very, very, very long witr, qunut witr? What if you don't believe that the qunut witr is sunnah every single night? To say the same thing, Allahumma hdina fi man hadayt wa afina fi man afayt. What if you don't believe that? I should pray the 8 with the imam and khalas. I pray 2 and the third one for witr, I'll make it my house. What's meant by qama Ramadana? Should a person be with the imam the entire month? Or can a person leave? Can a person make more than one witr? What's meant by that? Man qama Ramadana imanan wahtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbihi. So this hadith shows us the tremendous bounty of this month and of the countless opportunities that Allah Azza wa Jalla sends us.